Beat ALS! Never give up! Beat ALS? Never give up!
Never give up.
The culture at Cytokinetics is rooted initially in the excellence of our science. The people who comprise our research and development teams and the overall company are authentically passionate about the quality of the science, the integrity of the science, and how that may have impact on ultimately people's lives. And that's not manufactured, that's real. That's not something you infuse into a company. That's something that is organic, and that's come from the very beginning.
I do think learning about ALS and then becoming a real member of what I'll call the ALS community, particularly on the clinical research side, has been extremely rewarding. That's been a really wonderful feeling because it acknowledges not just what I do, but that what we at Cytokinetics are doing is very important.
People talk about team, but this is a team with a passion and a commitment, and that makes it very different. And I think that's what's really special about being at Cytokinetics and working on a therapy specifically for ALS.
Because what we're doing is pioneering and original research, there's no connecting of the dots to say this will work. Rather, we're focused to what we think, with a leap of faith, can work, and frankly, if we're a bit lucky, we will be able to bring a new medicine forward, hopefully the first new medicine forward for ALS patients in over 20 years.
There's a scientific hypothesis for the compound or the investigational therapy that we have, but it's always based on what the patient needs. So is it a therapy that can improve function for a patient who's being disabled and really suffering through the course of their disease? Is it a therapy that can actually make people have better quality of lives? Those are the basic principles that drive the scientific hypothesis. It makes it very unique and I think separates Cytokinetics from the rest.
There's a real blurring of the lines between what's our corporate involvement as Cytokinetics and the quest that we're on as individuals, as people. And the humanity of what we're doing is what ultimately describes and defines the passions and the convictions of the people at Cytokinetics.
We have a wonderful set of highly trained investigators, all of whom are experts in the care of patients with ALS. And I know that they do the best job they can to care for them and also to administer the clinical trial.
Personally, as an ALS clinician, I always liked when patients would participate in trials because it provided a greater opportunity to get to know the people that I was treating, and they get to know me personally better too. So we would spend a lot more time than we would normally do at a regular clinical visit.
We know that we are along a journey towards something ultimately that will be majorly impactful. We'll make a dent in the universe for patients with ALS and their caregivers. We can demonstrate what it means to commit a full company to a plight and to make something happen that's never happened before. And if we can do that for ALS, we'll know that from the standpoint of professional lives, but also personal lives, that we'll have delivered on the promise of the science that we know so well.